Yes, everybody, please put your mic on mute, please, if it is not already.
Yes. All right, everybody, we are so excited to welcome our guests for the night, a pretty iconic Bachelor couple, Jared and Ashley. So Jared was on the 11th season of The Bachelorette and Ashley was on the 19th season of The Bachelor. Then the two of them met on season 2 of Bachelor in Paradise and got married just in August, right? Like this past year, 2019. So since their time in the Bachelor franchise, they've appeared on tons of talk shows like Good Morning America, all sorts of good stuff. And we are so excited for you all to spend some time with them tonight and ask them some questions. So what have you been up to in the quarantine? I've seen lots of videos and you seem to be keeping yourself occupied, but how's it been for you?
We've been pretty occupied. We've been almost going about like a normal scheduled day. It's like, you know, with
I
time,
wouldn't say that.
With time, much more time for relaxing, like a whole hour of TV time when I have my coffee. He has this hour and a half bath in the middle of the day.
If you have access to a bathtub and you're not taking a bath a day during this quarantine, you're quarantining all wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So I'll start us off, and so everybody, you can post questions in the chat and then we will call on you to ask our two special guest questions. So go ahead and start posting those. So I wanted to start asking you, oh my gosh, we already have 5 people were prepared. But obviously, your relationship really blossomed after Bachelor in Paradise. But what have been some highlights or cool experiences you've had either on your own or together after your time in the Bachelor franchise?
We're gonna really name drop right now. It's bad. We're horrible people. But those are the coolest things.
Those are definitely the coolest things. You can tell the story. I know which one you're gonna go for.
Which one?
Ashley and Mila one.
Oh, well, that was obviously the coolest thing. So yeah, we've been lucky to have a lot of cool experiences because of the show. We've gotten to go to movie premieres. We went to the Star Wars Episode 9 movie premiere, and walk the red carpet, which is the craziest shit ever. Because it's actual celebrities walking the carpet, and then it's just us being hey, we're here too. But one of the coolest things we ever did, there was Clayton Kershaw. He's a pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he has a charity event every year. And we went last year, and we saw that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis were there as well.
And we knew that they were Bachelor fans.
They're Bachelor
so we're
fans.
oh my god, if we meet them, this is gonna be this could be a thing. We could connect with them.
And the reason we know they were Bachelor fans is because when we were on our first season of Paradise, Ashton Kutcher actually posted a picture of me on his Twitter because somebody said on the show that I kind of resemble him, and he took a selfie of himself in front of the TV, and I was on the TV
side by side,
and he tagged Ashley. So fast forward, we're at the Dodgers event and we see Ashton and Mila, and we're we gotta say something. We don't know what we're gonna say. So we're creepily, we're very creepy.
The two of them
walking
just
up.
hanging out with them, and then we're okay, this is our move time.
We must have looked like psychos.
No, but then we made eye contact, and then Ashton goes, "Oh my god." And then he does that very Ashton Kutcher move where he spins around with his arms out. He's "Oh my god," so animated. And we talked to them for 10 minutes, maybe more.
It was and then Mila was
so
"Oh, come in for a hug, congratulations," because she knew that we just got engaged, and it was fucking awesome.
They gave us wedding advice.
Yeah, they were so nice
because we were a year out from our wedding. It was really awesome.
Oh my gosh!
They say I resemble Ashton Kutcher as well. I just
Oh yeah. I'm sure you get that all the time, Jeff.
All the time.
So, oh gosh, I'm sure this question is very complex, but what is it like having your whole relationship broadcasted to the world?
I guess I don't really know differently.
Fair.
I would say Jared is my only serious relationship, so I truly don't know differently.
It's strenuous. It's great. It's amazing. It's weird because I'll post something on Instagram that I'm passionate about or something that I really enjoy, and nobody gives a rat's ass. But then I'll post just a selfie of Ashley and I sitting on the couch, and it will be my highest liked, most engaged photo. So that aspect's very good.
But that's also frustrating because our other passions that aren't each other don't exactly get the attention that we wish we had their platform for.
But it's hard. It's hard being exposed in the public eye. It has its benefits totally. You know, from the, like we talked about, the experiences that we've been able to do, the jobs that we've been able to have. Like we've been, you know, we've gotten to host on ABC and we've gotten to be on Good Morning America a few times and meet these incredible people and do these incredible things and just because of the show. But also it has its downside because, as you guys know, media is it's an interesting time right now, and so things get taken out of context, and so something that you said that you really didn't think twice about all of a sudden gets poked out in the media, and like I've had
cancel culture is scary.
Yeah, and I've had friends text me from Bachelor and be like, "Why'd you say this, man?" And I was like, "No, that's completely out of context. They asked me about you, and I said something very nice, and like it just sounds so differently when you just write it down instead of verbalize it." So that aspect sucks because it just makes you like.
But that's less about our relationship. That's less about our relationship.
Sure.
More of like just being in public eye.
What do you think?
I don't know. I said I don't even know differently.
I think when we first started dating, it was weird. You know.
I have one thing to say.
Your virginity was a thing too. Like we can.
Yeah,
say
he
that.
didn't like that. Like,
I mean, who would like that?
he didn't like it being out there in such a
who's that?
No, it's like, you know, like having people be like, you know, did Jared take Ashley's virginity?
Yeah, that was really awkward because that was a headline.
We're very upfront and honest, guys. Sorry,
that was a headline that was out there during our first season of Paradise, and his like ex-girlfriend was like, "What the heck is this about?" It's just was like too close. It was like we weren't totally transitioned into Bachelor world yet.
Yeah, that was weird.
But I think like it's really annoying now as far as like our relationship goes. We got married in August. I'm 32 and very aware that my biological clock is ticking, but I can't do an interview these days without us being asked if we're gonna have a quarantine baby. And it's really gonna blow my head off. Like I'm.
All right, so the person that asked that question, we're not gonna ask that, okay? I'm sorry.
Did somebody ask that?
No. I'm just joking. I'm just here for comedy relief. You have to understand that I just started watching The Bachelor and Bachelorette literally like a week ago because I knew y'all were coming on. I wanted to be ready to ask questions. We had Mike Johnson on yesterday? 2 days ago?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Mike's a friend.
Yeah. He had nothing but very nice things to say about y'all. Very nice things. So we were really excited to have you.
He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm. I'm a longtime Bachelor fan, hence my reaching out. But Justin is not so well versed in the Bachelor Nation
Whitefish, she's like,
universe.
Oh my gosh. She has to work right now, but she was like, "Oh, tell them I said hi." So like, there you go.
So Nicole Brown says hi.
He says hi.
I'm going to start calling on people because we have tons of questions rolling in and I want as many people as possible to get to interact with you guys. So Carlin, you were our first person. So go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yay. Hi.
Hi, Carlin.
Hi. I was wondering what your guys' favorite memory was from any of the shows you've been on through the Bachelor franchise.
Carlin, that looks like a very comfy chair.
It is. Very comfy.
Are you reclined back right now?
Yeah, I am.
That's badass. That's good.
You don't like reclining.
I like reclining by myself. She likes to recline while she's on me. I'm not a fan of that. It's like too much. Anyway, what's the question? Sorry.
I was wondering what your guys' favorite memory was from any of the shows you've been on, like in the Bachelor franchise.
It would be bad if I didn't say our engagement moment. So
Yeah.
our engagement moment. It was a little tainted though, so it's not one of the things that come up in my head immediately.
Yeah, I mean you want to talk about the relationship in the public eye,
yeah.
specifically Bachelor. When you're on the show, obviously you don't have that much control over anything. And so we got engaged and it was an incredible moment, an incredible day.
We didn't feel weird at all
No.
there.
But yeah,
Well,
I think I was a little naive in the moment thinking like, they're not going to, like, we've been on the show so many times and they're not going to do anything. And they did something.
they had my ex-boyfriend present for my
we don't have
proposal.
to
And
dive
then
into it.
the interesting thing was
But-
when it aired, it was all about him and not us.
Anyway, but anyway, yeah, of course,
So
my
there's
favorite
that
memory is the
moment,
engagement.
Yeah. And then
I would also
I think
say,
our fantasy suite was like a one that pops up to my head pretty quickly.
yeah, fantasy
For
Tuesday.
me, like it was just the sorority house that was being on The Bachelor. That was so much fun.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's weird to talk about, but not that weird because Caitlin was at our wedding. But so I went on a date on my season of The Bachelorette, and it was I had actually 2 pretty badass dates.
Yeah, you had 2 good dates.
I had one that it was in New York at the Met, and they had the Met was closed off to everybody else except for us, and we had dinner in the Egyptian room, which was gorgeous, and then we had a helicopter ride over New York City at night.
So Jared's favorite memory from The Bachelor.
No, it's not my favorite. I'm giving options here. I'm giving options. I'm giving options. That's all I'm doing.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So next we have Emma. So Emma Witkowski, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
My question is kind of silly, but do you guys ever eat the food on the dates? Because I feel like when my dad and I watch, like it looks like you get up and the food is still there.
So I have eaten on all of my dates, and I'm so proud of saying that. Also, it's pretty much norm to not touch it because it is cold, and you eat before the date because they always like have something in your hotel room or whatnot beforehand, so that like you don't have to eat on camera because they say it doesn't make you look pretty, but I don't really care.
Yeah, they always feed you before the date, so
Yeah.
you get to the date, and then the food is there. And I would eat it, but I was full.
For me, I like don't not eat food if it's in front of me.
Yeah.
He has willpower or something really gross
But
like that.
they feed you before the date because they don't want you eating on camera because it's just not as
Appealing.
appealing.
Attractive.
Thank you.
That's too funny. So Nicole Kuttner, go ahead.
Hey,
Hi. What 2 people from the Bachelor franchise who haven't been together yet do you think should couple up?
ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh.
Why am I drawing
who is
blanks?
single? Let's do who are the
Okay,
guys?
so like Maddie. Like who?
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking because the first person that came to mind was Peter Krause. You guys remember Peter from Rachel's season?
So I pretty much think that Peter should just be the Bachelor.
Yeah,
Yes.
remember that too now. The other guy I'd like to be the Bachelor. This is more of like a close knit heart.
He wants Nick to be the Bachelor again.
Honestly, I was gonna say Sean Booth.
Oh, okay. Well, that's yeah.
But who should couple up? I think it's tough because Madison, a lot of the girls on Peter's season are pretty young. And so I'm trying to think of younger guys too.
Yeah.
I
I don't have anyone, honestly, that's just like I'm blatantly shipping.
I think because Tyler's a very nice guy, but I think Tyler could use a little break, he's got things with Hannah going on right now, or maybe not. I don't know.
It seems like Hannah Ann is dating Mason Rudolph
Oh yeah.
from the Steelers. So
Yeah, as a quarterback for the Steelers, they're spotted together.
they're
What about
kinda
Mike?
cute
Who would
together.
Mike be good with?
Quarterback for who?
Steelers. He's the backup.
They got a quarterback over there. I didn't know.
yeah.
Myles Garrett hit him in the head with the helmet. He swung at him.
I know who he is. We're a Keystone State, so those are our big 2 teams, the Eagles and the Steelers. So they often fight of who's
Got it.
better. But we already know.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, don't have an answer for that.
Shit.
Listen, I can see Jared being upset because he's a Patriots fan, but you gotta hate the Steelers just a little bit more, right?
It's a Tom Brady hat, by the way. Just for you guys to know,
God.
TB12 always in my heart.
So you're now part of the Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady
I know,
is.
Of course they
So you like the Tampa Bay Patriots right now, right?
They're my second favorite team. That's right, baby.
He's definitely going to be rooting for them harder than the Patriots.
Oh
Not
my
harder,
god!
but pretty close.
Oh my goodness, that's too funny. So next we're gonna go to Lara.
Yeah.
Lara and family.
Lara and family.
Hi, and this is Ollie.
Oh, hello.
This is Mom. Hi. Yeah, that's Mom.
Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Wait, I don't even remember my question. Oh, it was Jared. When did you realize you were in love with Ashley? That's my question.
When did I realize?
Yeah.
The moment I saw her.
That he said that in our vows, and I was like,
That's not good.
I want to believe that, and he said in his vows, so I do believe that.
As you well should.
there was the one specific moment where like he felt like he had like actual feelings was 2 months after we filmed Bachelor in Paradise 2, and I was running a charity event that I put together for a whole bunch of Bachelor cast in my hometown. And he just saw me in my element. He saw me with my family. He saw me in a leadership role, and it was attractive.
No, you got to just understand too. I don't know, at least for me, going on these shows, it's a lot, and you're getting information from all different directions because you go into this scenario and you already have your guard up because you're on TV, and you have different producers telling you different things, and then you meet the cast, and then there's like 10 girls there, and then you're supposed to decipher like which one you want to go on a date with, and then you have somebody saying you'll be perfect with them, and then another person saying no, they'll be perfect for you, or that person likes you, you should give them a shot. And so I think Bachelor is not my like being on the show wasn't
a strong suit of him for being able to make appropriate decisions.
I know. So then we a couple months after we filmed Bachelor in Paradise, Ashley invited me down here in Virginia to a charity event with a bunch of other Bachelor alum. And it was the first time
everybody slept over. Like they all came, they flew in, and there was like 9 Bachelor alums staying at my parents' house.
And it was the first time I saw Ashley outside the show, and we got to really hang out and just bond and watch football together and just chill. And it was I saw a different side of Ashley because especially on the show, it was very emotional.
So cute.
So I think that was.
Love your story.
Oh, thank you.
I cried watching the whole
YouTube
podcast.
Are y'all social distancing?
That you can watch.
Family.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just checking. I'm trying to make sure everybody's safe.
Once I see a couple guys in here, you know what it is? Just like guys, as a guy, I can say this. We're pretty stupid. So sometimes it takes a little while longer,
And then it's such a short span of time to like develop feelings for someone, and obviously you're together all the time, so not on The Bachelor, but Bachelor in Paradise you kind of like have like all day together and whatever else, but it's just a short amount of time and they expect you to fall in love and get married very quickly.
I've been on 3 shows and I still don't understand how people get engaged at the end.
I can it's so insane, but I can definitely, like, no offense to our friends who have gotten engaged from it.
It's just so fast, even like I think back upon like if we got engaged after our season of Paradise, like.
But I particularly don't understand people who get engaged at the end of Bachelor and Bachelorette. That's what I think is wild. Paradise, you have like 26 whole days living together. Mm-hmm. But the Bachelor, Bachelorette, I think you may have 48 hours together.
Yeah. That doesn't mean it can't be work. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. That doesn't mean that they're not really in love. Everybody who leaves that show together, I mean, that I've been friends with, they're all in love, and they all have very strong feelings for each other, and they care about each other, and they want to be with each other. But, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, but I think that there's a reason why the track record for Bachelor in Paradise is stronger.
Yeah, makes sense. I started watching Love Island, which is like basically the British version of Bachelor in Paradise. And it's so funny. It's like very similar to Bachelor in Paradise. I don't know which one started first, but it's kind of funny because they do the same thing where they like are all together.
Paradise.
A villa. And
on that show, and we support it.
So Nick LaSanta, go ahead and ask your question. If you're here. Are you here? Hello? Okay, we can come back to you, Nick, if you're not here right now. So Lauren Tusar, go ahead.
Hey guys, so nice to meet you. Definitely a huge fan, been watching for years. I was just mostly curious about Bachelor in Paradise. Like, is the drama kind of fabricated by the producers, or do you feel like there's a lot of natural drama that occurs? Because there were some moments, like I was thinking back to like one, I think from last season, like Jordan and Christian like were fighting over this piñata, and it seemed like it just went from like 0 to 100 like real quick. And I was just, I don't know, some of it seems real, some of it seems fake, so I just wanted your input.
Yeah, it's all fake. A lot of stuff we just think of on the spot. not that. I don't know why I said that.
So they never it's never scripted. We always say it's never scripted. It's staged in a way that like the producers know what they're doing, but we don't know what they're doing to us. And sometimes like with the timing of everything, you're like, I can't believe they're doing this to me. I can't believe that they're doing this to me. And you know that they're doing this to you to test you and make you as emotionally heightened as possible.
And to create TV.
And to create good TV. But like it's never fake because you're truly feeling that way. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I that Christian and Jordan fight was 100% real. Like Bachelor does not want contestants fighting.
Yeah.
It was just like two guys just, in 100-degree weather that were fighting, and then just somebody pushed somebody, and then boom, there you go. That was stupid. And they both know that was stupid.
I can give them some dirt. Okay, so with Bachelor in Paradise 3, I basically told the producers, because I was a stupid idiot for months. I was like, don't have Kayla there. I swear Kayla's there. Like, I know that she's the only girl that Jared would ever like give a chance. All of these girls on Ben's season. And then they're like, Ashley, she's not coming. She doesn't want to come, blah, blah, blah. She was telling me the same thing. And then, of course, I get there. And who entered one day before me and asked Jared on a date? Like, that's the kind of thing. Like, they were not going to have me first. They were going to obviously put her in first.
I mean, how many times have you seen the show where they're like, yeah, I went on a date with Sarah, and I don't know what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, Sarah walks down the stairs.
Or like Blake's moment where he went to Stagecoach with everyone. So, yeah.
I mean, Blake did that to
himself. Dude, I'll never forget. Because I like Blake, but I'll never forget. We did an event before he went to Paradise, like 2 months before he went to Paradise.
We knew he was screwed. We're like, don't do it.
And we knew, like, everybody knew that he had been with a lot of girls from Bachelor. And I remember we were at dinner, and I was like, Blake, are you sure, like, you're still gonna go to Paradise even though you think all these other girls are gonna go too? He's like, it's fine. We're all friends.
We're all his friends.
Everything's cool. I was like, all right. I don't think it's gonna be cool, but if you are so sure.
Your lives are like reverse genies. Like, I'm sitting here the whole time, like, I hope Beyonce doesn't walk in here right now, or I hope somebody gets me a 5-course dinner.
Yeah. Basically, anytime you think that you're ahead of the producers, you're absolutely one step behind them.
10 steps behind them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So Neb, go ahead. No, you're next.
So my question is, like, who's your favorite like couple from like the Bachelor or the Bachelorette like franchise? That includes like Paradise as well. Like, who's your favorite couple?
Definitely us.
Yes, great answer.
Neb, thanks for the question, man. We're closest with Tanner and Jade, if anybody remembers from our first season of Bachelor. And we've always been close to them, but we've just grown closer with them. They started a family too, and with their little ones, Emmy and Brooks. So that's been really cool. Evan and Carly, we're close with.
Those are like the two couples that we would do a big vacation with, and it would feel like duh.
I mean, we're really close to Nick, Nick Viall,
and Ben.
Really close with Ben Higgins, obviously.
Dean and Kaylin.
Dean and Kaylin.
We would vacation with Dean and Kaylin too. So
I always forget that Dean and Kaylin are. I mean, I know they're together, but I associate them with Bachelor couple.
Yeah.
Love those guys. Who else?
I mean, we like everyone who's together.
Yeah. Oh, Kaylin and Jason.
Yeah. We would vacation with them too.
Yeah, we vacation with them. We hung out with Ari and Lauren and Colton and Cassie before the pandemic happened.
We love them.
Yeah, I really like both of them. So yeah, I mean, there's not like anybody I can think of as a couple that I don't like hanging out with.
Me neither.
We've hung out with Dylan and Hannah. They're super sweet. They're awesome. They're like too young for us though, just because they
like to party.
Yeah, they like to go out. And
they go to trendy restaurants, and we're like, we'll go to the place on the street.
They go to dinner at like 9:30 at night, and I'm like, 9:30? I'm in bed.
All right. Well, thank you for the question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Molly Gross, go ahead.
Hello, hi.
Oh, there you are, Marley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's appropriate for me to cry right now, I guess. This is the perfect
crying?
A little bit. My question is, what do you guys miss most about pre-Bachelor life, like in the spotlight?
Truly nothing for me.
What do I miss? I miss I do sometimes miss the this is gonna sound weird. I kind of like the simple life. I don't know how to describe that best, but sometimes especially in the entertainment industry, as you guys probably, if you follow any reality TV personalities or anybody who's in the entertainment industry right now, it's very competitive and everybody seems like they're trying to do the same thing, whether it be podcasting, hosting, social media, things of that nature. And so it becomes very stressful.
It's more of a competitive nature that he doesn't like to live in all the time.
Well, because we're also friends with all these people.
Yeah.
So it's like you're competitive with your friends, and I don't like that. It's all friendly, but I think that's what I would miss most, the idea of just kind of like doing my own thing and then separating everything else. It feels like everything's blended together now, you know, in a lot of different aspects.
Yeah, like our relationship, our social life, our work life.
Yeah.
It's like all kind of
It's all one. And so I miss the days of being like, okay, this is work, and I get out of work at 5, and then I go hang out with my friends, you know, and it's completely different, and I can leave that. And what we do now, it's everything. It's like we're always have to be on. And so we actually had a conversation about that like 2 months ago or so, before the pandemic happened, about how I think we could feel our relationship and work kind of like.
What are you talking about? You talked about that last week.
Was it last week?
Yes.
I have no.
What are you talking about? That was literally like 5 days ago.
No way.
Yes.
Was it?
I was sitting on
I
the
have
couch.
no concept of time right now. Anyway,
I was
point
like,
is.
when you were like going with that topic, I was like, is he gonna say that was 2 months ago?
Was it really? Holy shit. What year is it? But yeah, I think that's what I miss most. Just sometimes things like get blended together. It's like, okay, we have to really separate. That makes sense.
Our next question is from Lindsay Beck. Lindsay Beck, are you there?
L. Beck.
Oh, can you hear me?
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey.
Well, hi. First of all, I wanted to say your TikTok game is really strong.
Thank you.
I love watching your TikToks. And then second, I always wanted to know, if you could pick one word to describe living in the mansion, what would that word be?
This is so weird.
Overrated.
Oh, mine is totally different. Mine is warm. I felt like part of a great community, a really like loving, supportive, friendly community. Super weird. I really felt like I found
She said one word.
I said warm. I had to expand upon that.
All right, so why do you think it's warm?
Because I felt like a loving community. Like that was very friendly, and I really felt like I found my place in the world, which is so weird. But like when I landed, when I like started the casting process, I was like my most confident self, and I just felt like I found my people and my place in the world.
Yeah. The reason I say overrated, because it's a beautiful home, but it's, you know, when filming, it's definitely a set, and it's not really that. You have bunk beds, and so there's like 9 people to each room. There's no privacy. Like I played sports in high school, but I've never had an experience where I was like in the showers with somebody else. And I'll never forget.
I never did that.
It was, well, that's this is what guys do apparently. But like, I'd always like sneak in the bathroom and just try to shower by myself pretty quickly and get out.
You had to shower in the first floor shower. That was the only shower where you had like a toilet and a shower to yourself, but you could lock it, and it wasn't part of a bedroom, and that was the place to shower.
Apparently that was the place to shower, and I missed the notice on that one. In the bathroom where there was like a shower where like 6 people could fit in there, but I was doing my thing and trying to get out, and then I heard a voice. He's like, "Hey, who is that? Who's in there?" And I was like, "It's Jared." And then he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he walked in. It was this guy, Ben Z, who's on my season, who's like 6'4", 220, like ripped. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And we're just standing in the nude, and he's showering. And I was like, I gotta get that. I don't know. It's just not for me. And so
that's it.
That's it. Right?
Jared's very long-winded.
One word, Jared.
Oh my gosh.
All I
Thank
got out of
you.
that is there was another guy peeping on him in the shower, man.
Oh my goodness. So we're gonna have time for a couple more questions because we definitely want to be respectful of Ashley and Jared's time. So I'm gonna hop to a couple different people here. So Alyssa Palumbo, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi.
Hi, Alyssa.
Both my questions were kind of answered, but I just want to say I really, really like you guys, and this is so cool. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now.
You shouldn't, we're not that cool.
Have you ever met Hannah Brown?
Yes.
Yeah, a couple times.
She's very sweet.
What about Tyler?
What do we think about her and Tyler?
Yeah, sure.
I think she asked if we met Tyler. We met Tyler.
Yeah, did you meet him?
I've met Tyler a couple times.
Yeah, she's met Tyler a couple times. And then what do we think about them? I mean, who the hell knows? Apparently they're not together.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they were quarantined together for quite some time.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
for
No.
being here.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think Ashley's a little shy, but in the chat, she put that Ashley, you're one of her favorite people of all time in Bachelor Nation. So just wanted to.
That means a ton. It really, really does. Thank you.
I always appreciated that you're just 100% authentic. And I know you've gotten criticized for whether it's crying too much, being too emotional, but you just got to own that because it's being vulnerable. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, they're my favorite too. So
you have to.
Listen, I will not watch the show, so I cannot like anybody else.
And yesterday.
These are my two favorite now and forever.
So let's go to Maci. Maci Watering. I hope I'm saying your last name right, but go ahead and ask your question.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hey, Maci, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, thank you.
My question is, has being been on reality TV changed your perspectives of reality TV shows?
Yeah, in the way that I watched Too Hot to Handle this week.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, that was a producer move. That was a producer move. You just are able to point those out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, a more educated viewer.
Yeah, I would say, I guess, it's changed my view in knowing it's more real.
Yeah.
I was definitely the guy. For example, so the girl who signed me up for the show loves Scott Disick, if you know who that is from the Kardashians.
Who that is?
I don't know. And so I remember she wanted to go to this club appearance he was at, and I just thought that he was it was all fake and he was phony and I remember she made me watch Sean and Catherine's wedding from The Bachelor, and I was like, this is so fake. They're doing it for fame. And then of course now here I am married from the Bachelor franchise.
That is so ironic.
I know. So it's definitely I've realized it's far more real than I thought before.
Well, thank you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So I think we're going to do 2 or 3 more. So Lizzy G, I don't want to pronounce your last name wrong, but Lizzy, go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, so first I just wanted to have my best friend say hi. She's from Jersey and she loves you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Hi,
hey.
best friend from Jersey.
What's your name?
Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Good to be on the call. So my question was, how is your relationship different on Paradise versus real life?
Well, Paradise, was the very beginning stage of our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much completely different now. I was so nervous, the first season, I was so nervous around him because I just thought he was the hottest thing ever. And I thought he was 100% perfect. I was just obsessed with his personality and all of his interests.
And she has learned that that's not true.
Now I know that he's absolutely not perfect.
I'm a psycho. I have some serious issues. I have a lot of flaws.
So yeah, now I'm then I was too nervous and not comfortable, and now I'm probably overly comfortable with him.
He's definitely very comfortable around me, which is very endearing and loving and sweet.
I used to be so scared to initiate any sort of touch with him the first year of our relationship, and now I'm just smother central.
Very smother central, though. I like it. How is it different? Yeah, it's hard to really compare because we didn't really have that much of a relationship on Paradise. I would say the foundation of our friendship hasn't changed, which has been very nice. That hasn't really changed at all.
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Jen and Lizzy.
Samantha W, go ahead and ask your question.
Do you guys plan on doing any more episodes for your YouTube series that you had with Nick, Jade, and Tanner?
Well, we love that you watched.
Yes.
Yeah, we love it.
Thank you. That's so cool that you watched it.
That means the world to us. It really does.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
it's an idea that
funny that you
we
bring
love.
that up.
It's an idea that we love and an idea we would like to move forward with in the future if given the opportunity. That's our very PC answer. And it's
Yeah.
also PC because like there's nothing in the works currently.
No, there's nothing in the works currently. There was like this whole thing that happened with that show.
Not so much drama within that show. It's just like a Hollywood contract issue.
Yeah, just like all that jazz. But we would love to. We loved What Now. That was truly kind of like our baby. And so I hope so.
Yeah, we hope that concept continues.
Awesome. So we're gonna hit our last question because we definitely obviously want to make sure that we're respectful of everybody's time. So Courtney Wagner, yours just came in. So go ahead and ask your question.
Sorry, I forgot to mute myself. I was just wondering what you guys like, how you guys felt about being inspiration for people like looking for a healthy relationship now that you guys are together.
Oh, that's very sweet.
That's very sweet.
It's really not funny. What's the word? When people
It's a
tell
little
us
funny.
this, it's like, wow, that's really cool.
A lot to us. I think, it's hard because I think for Ashley and I, we know that we have a great relationship and we're very thankful and lucky that we have that. But also I don't want to
We don't have like the perfect marriage.
Yeah, I don't want to also one brag or two say that everything's perfect because it's
Yeah.
not. No relationship is, and I think that's something that is very important to remember in all relationships is that it will never be perfect. If you're looking for the perfect person or the perfect relationship, you'll never find it, unfortunately. But I think that's also a good thing because
You're constantly challenged by each other. Because if if everything's so easy breezy, then you're probably super bored.
And I just think that, in my opinion, when you marry someone or you're with someone, you're choosing that person every day. And so that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy every day, but that means that you have to put effort into the relationship and you have to, try to better it and so on and so forth. And so I think that would be my advice.
But it is very nice people say that like our journey to find each other is inspiring because I feel like that's a separate thing than your marriage being like a Stepford wife. Because people like look to us as, two friends that it seemed like it was never going to happen and that it evolved into something beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that's like definitely worth holding out for, waiting for your person and then fighting for the person when you feel like it's them.
Yeah, especially we come from a world that's obviously revolved around, love and perfect relationship and everything's glamorous and it's amazing. And obviously in hindsight, there's a lot of things that I would personally have done differently and changed, but weirdly enough, I'm also kind of proud of how we got together because it wasn't perfect. And I like that because as you guys probably know or will find out in relationships, it's not always going to be perfect. You got to put effort in, but that's half the fun.
And of course, I like the whole never give up type thing, but then there are sometimes you should give up on someone.
It's a fine line.
But you'll know when that is, I think. And I think if you don't know when that is, you should always get into another relationship. And if that person, the object of your affection, doesn't come around then, they're never coming around. And you need to accept that.
Well, thank you.
Thanks,
Those are all real good words to live by. So thank you, because I think our students do need to hear that. I think sometimes a lot of the things I see in the show is very glamorized, but at the end of the day, you two are real people. You have real situations. You go through life just like everybody else does. So I appreciate you normalizing that for everyone. We are actually out of time, everybody. We want to thank Jared and Ashley for coming and spending their time with us. Again, this program was brought to you by Residence Life and Housing Services here at Westchester University. Before we leave, we always want to allow our speakers to have the final say. So what does that mean? That means that we allow you to take us out. So if you have a key to life or words to live by, or what's that one thing you want to leave with our students, that is all you. So we give you no time to prepare. That way it can come off the cuff and you're on 3, 2, 1.
So we just
I just want to say thank you to all of you guys writing these sweet messages in the chat, appreciating us coming on, but we appreciate you way more for watching our show and for listening to us for the past half an hour.
No, seriously, I just honestly wanted to thank every single one of you guys. I wish I could go through names, but Carolyn and Lauren and Lindsay and Molly and Nicole and Emma and Deidre.
Gabby and Laura and Lauren and Jacqueline and Courtney,
Maci and Alyssa
and
and Olivia and
like,
Laura
you're
and Fran
cheating.
and McKenna and Samantha and Anum and Ruby.
Jared, there's a whole other page.
There's a whole other
Somebody's like, let me hurry up and put my name in there twice so I can put it on Instagram.
And there's Catherine and Nick and Lauren and Kaylin and Jacqueline and Deanna and Robin and Gabby and
Maddie
Samantha.
and Elizabeth, Peyton, Danielle, Ashlyn, Madeline, Natalie, Madison, Hannah. Okay.
Ruby, Allison. There's more than one Lauren, so but we.
It was the Lauren that thought it was them, right?
Exactly.
So what would be your final say? What would be your final send off? What would you want to leave with the students?
Stay in school.
Okay, my words of wisdom are always just the power of positive thinking. Just believe that it's gonna happen. Daydream of it happening. And in addition to the other magic potion that goes along with daydreaming is actually putting effort into it, and the combination of those two lead to success.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm gonna sound like a real dumbass and say something that's very cliche, but especially now in today's world, I feel like a lot of people are living in fear. It's something that you shouldn't be doing right now, and a lot of times there's a great quote. They say that people live in fear and disguise it as practicality, and it's something that I do all the time. And I've been doing for a very long time, and it's truly held me back in life, with friends and family and career aspirations, because I'm constantly making excuses that I know aren't true, but it helps me feel better. And ever since being with Ashley, she calls me out on it. And truthfully, when I put my ego to the side and accept the fact that maybe I'm going to embarrass myself, or I just need to put to the side the thought that maybe I'm not good enough and just go after what I want. A lot of the times I get it because I just work hard for it. And so that would be my last piece of advice would be fuck everybody who tells you that you can't do it, because it's not true.
And I still have to remind him of this every day. So
yeah. And you have to remind yourself every day.
Just because he's saying it and you're thinking it's a good thing doesn't mean that you can't. You have to just keep telling yourself that's not true. That's not true.
No, yeah, and I think I used to think that came naturally. Like, oh, just one day I'll feel like I can accomplish this, and it's like, no, that day's never gonna come. You have to constantly work on it and constantly work on the positive thinking and thinking that like I can do this. Because I got news for you too. I got news for you. I'm sorry to be there, but like what you will find out, you guys are in college right now, but what you'll find out in the real world, everybody's faking it. Just try. You are smart enough. You can do it. Because I promise you, even people that you look at and you're like, oh, I'll never be like them, you can be. Because I guarantee they had moments of doubt as well. That's my last thought.
I think that was great advice, babe.
All right, thanks.
That was real great advice.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you so much for showing up and for talking with our students. For those who are still watching, tomorrow we have Kayla, who does spoken word. She's been nominated for multiple things. Claudia Jordan, you might know her from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's also a model on Deal or No Deal, but she was on 2 seasons of The Apprentice. And then at night, we will have Tim, He was on Wild 'N Out. He has his whole YouTube channel. He has another channel that he does too. His former stage name was Timothy De La Ghetto. So we will have them tomorrow. Thank you all for showing up. We look forward to seeing you. Jared, Ashley, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.